Good afternoon, peeps. Lisa there again. And this afternoon we are coming to you in real time with the first stage of the process, basically, of staining the guitar neck for our latest project, the little Canjo. So straight in, I found the best way to do this is with tea. And the best way to do it with tea is to basically use tea bags. Now I'm well aware you might not want to drink this sort of tea. Personally, I do. I do like truck drivers' tea from time to time, and if you use the tea bags, there are a lot of advantages to it, and you can drink the tea as well. You don't have to waste it. Now, I'm also very aware that there are people, because I know one girl who cannot stand the feeling of wet tea bags in their hand, right? And like, you know, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. In fact, I'm quite into it, but then I'm weird. Yeah, but she really doesn't, and she saw me doing this, and like, you don't have to, you know, you can actually use a paintbrush if you like, dip it in the tea, or like a sponge or something, but I think really the tried and tested way is to use the tea bag itself. And I've got a pan here, because you do want to squeeze all the water out first. So there we go, let's give it a bit of a squeeze. You know, if tea bags are very revolting to you, then this probably won't be the video for you, but you know, you can always just dip it on with a paintbrush. So here we go. I'm going to start at the end where we've got that lovely grain. And you can see I've actually sanded it with 150 grit sandpaper. And that's all. And it's already kind of brought the tones out in the grain, which was quite nice and deep in this one. So just go straight in really. And, you know, at first, you kind of see it blonde up a little bit. I can show you that way. And just keep going up and down. It's good to go in one motion if you can, so go one way with it. And you know, I don't know if it really shows up on camera, but you can see that already the grain's starting to come through. Now make sure the tea bags are really cool. You know, they've cooled down for about an hour, because A, you don't want to burn yourself, and B, if it's too hot it will just warp the wood, and you really don't want that. And then you've got to straighten it again, and it's a right pain. So just take another one, again squeeze it out a little bit. Go along the side. And you see the lines coming out in the grain. That's a nice tight grain. You can see the lines are very close together. And that's what you want on a guitar neck, because where they're where they're far apart, that's when you can get necks that break and stuff like that. I'll go more into that into another video, but it does need a bit of explanation, so I won't do that for now. And I think one more, we'll do this side and go on to the back. On the back we've got a lovely deep grain, so if we just go up there again, and you can see I'm wearing old clothes. When we do the blonde with the turmeric, I'm actually going to wear gloves, because turmeric will stain everything an absolute bright yellow, and I mean it. Even blue denim, it will turn green, and it's permanent. It's not I know we cook with it, but when you make a thick consistency of paste with it, you know, they've been using it as a yellow dye for centuries and centuries. But we'll get onto that on the next little video, where I'll be doing the fingerboard with our fake walnut effect. So now I'm just going to dab on the ends, and I say not too much, because you don't really want to get it too wet, which is why I've got a cloth straight on hand, and then pretty much straight away just wipe it down again and sort of let it dry. And let it dry naturally. Don't put it near a radiator or anything, because it will warp, right? And the best way really is just to keep rubbing it, and then stick it like by your front door or something, where there's a bit of a draft, a bit of a breeze, you know. This is all things I've learned from trial and error down the years. And that's that one. Now obviously the brownness of the tea goes a certain way, excuse me, to enhancing the actual colour of the grain. But it's actually the tannins in the tea, which is why the real truck driver's tea is the one to use. You know, you can get more delicate tones actually if you use, you know, say China tea like Lapsang Souchong, which I probably pronounced totally incorrectly. but that gives a kind of lighter colour still. They all have their unique properties. You can see that the grain's starting to come through already. Now here's the boring bit. Really now you want to leave that for, I would say, at least 8 hours. But it will continue to come out anyway. This is the part where we're having the headstock. And I'm going to go for a sunburst there. So that's just the first phase in any case. And already, I know from experience, I can see that that's going to fire up lovely. Now we do have this little piece of wood here, which is going to go on to the end. So I'll do this piece. Because I've got a comparable piece of wood. You know I love that word, comparable. I've got another piece actually that came off the end of here, an identical piece, which I'm going to leave plain so we can see the different stages. And I've took a couple of photos for the community post so we can like do a comparison, right, at the end, just to show you. So that's that. Again, rub it straight down. If it breaks the tea bag a bit and you get like tea leaves on there, that's fine. Just let it dry and they'll brush off. Another thing I've learnt. So there's our little end piece there. I'm just going to form the saddle. And that's it for now with this. I'm going to leave that and let it dry for a little while and see. I mean, really, leave it overnight is the best thing with anything like that. And if you're gluing stuff, definitely leave it overnight. It's dry. Again, that's for another video, really. So I've got our other Canjo here, the one that I kind of threw together. And I've put a bit on him as well. It was a while ago. It was about an hour ago. So this one was a lot paler, you see. And you can see it started to kind of bring the colour up on that one as well. So that's our kind of control experiment, really. And that's what I'm calling that one. So I thought while I was sitting here doing this, it was worth showing that to you peeps. And I've got my head chopped off, but as usual, I'm working on the floor in my apartment, and it's just a case of like fitting it all in, really. So there's a little part to like whet your appetite. I must get off now because I'm going to sort things out for this evening, where I will be filming and hopefully uploading bits between the bits 4. Yes, all will become clear, I'm sure, once we see bits between the bits 4. So as ever, folks, whatever you're doing, do stay blessed, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay then, peeps, bye for now.